Donald Trump is doing what he does best. He's filing a frivolous class action lawsuit. Now, I say it's frivolous because it's directed towards social media platforms that have banned him after giving him so many chances to just abide by their terms of service. But after the Capitol riots, as we know, he was permanently banned from Twitter and will continue to be banned from Facebook for another 2 years. Now, Donald Trump, who has complained about censorship by social media giants, filed a class action lawsuit against Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and Google CEO Sundar Pichai. The filing, Trump said, seeks immediate injunctive relief to allow the prompt restoration of his social media accounts. He also said he's asking the court to impose punitive damages on the 3 social media giants. That's fascinating that that's what the class action lawsuit says, because he was asked about what his real intentions were during a press conference. Let's hear what he had to say.
If you're successful in this, and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all the social media platforms let you back on and let everyone else back on uninhibited the way that everyone's supposed to have access, would you use their platforms again?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I might not. You know, I'm in a different position because if I put out a press release, you know, I'm getting extremely good pickup. But that's me.
Come on. I mean, Trump loyalists keep launching their own social media platforms and failing miserably. The latest iteration of that was Getter. And then Trump himself, remember the office of Donald Trump or the desk of Donald Trump, which lasted a total of 1 month because he realized oh, actually building your own social media platform. It wasn't meant to be a social media platform, but building your own platform that's meant to get as much attention as Twitter did for him. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's actually pretty hard to do. And you think he's gonna put in the work for that?
No way. So let's talk about that first, and then let's get to 2 awesome ironies. So first off, as always, Trump's such a clown. He clowns everything, right? So he's like, Twitter, I don't need it, man. I'm gonna do my own platform. Well, it's not really a platform. Well, it's really nothing. It's just a blank page. Oh, you guys didn't like the blank page where only I write? Okay, fine, I'll shut it down. From the desk of Donald Trump. Remember the tiny little desk he used to use for those signing ceremonies? So maybe they just overflowed. Why did he do that? Because he's lazy. He doesn't know how to set up a platform, and he's not gonna, and he's cheap. You think he's gonna hire the team that you need 20, 30, 40, 200 people to set up a platform and all those engineers? He couldn't manage his way out of a wet paper bag. He's got 6 bankruptcies, right? He'd be like, I'm lost in here, what's going on, right? And so then he files this lawsuit, and he has a history of this. He files the lawsuits for publicity and then doesn't follow through. A lot of times he doesn't even show up in court. Like, what happened in the lawsuit? I don't know, Donnie got distracted, okay, went and had lunch. And so, and in this case, it's like, this is outrageous, they're blocking our voice, and I can't get my voice out if it would be because of this, and it's violated my freedom of speech. Are you gonna go on there? No, I don't need them. No, that doesn't help your case. Okay.
No, that's true. That's a really good point. But obviously, he's lying. He hates that he doesn't have access to these platforms.
Of course,
right?
But it's a double loss. He's lying, and it hurts his case, his theoretical case, which probably will never go to court. But I want to get to the 2 ironies, Anna, because they're so amazing. Number 1 is, I believe so much in the First Amendment. They took my freedom of speech away, and that is why I want to make sure that those private companies cannot do what they want to do. Wait a minute, you're taking their First Amendment rights away. And you were actually the head of the United States government. They're not in the government at all. The First Amendment is to protect us from the government. So you're saying they should not be able to have the speech rights to platform anyone or deplatform anyone they like as a private corporation? That's the most ironic lawsuit ever. And then the second part of it is Section 230. He says, it's Section 230 is terrible. We got to take it away, okay? Section 230 protects those platforms from the content that people post on there. So if they post things that are libelous, etc., then they're not held responsible. Otherwise, the platforms would have to do a lot more censorship. They'd have to say, okay, no, that might get us in legal trouble. That might get us in legal trouble. That will definitely get us in legal trouble.
Yes.
And I have to take away all of these commenters. If they took away Section 230, almost no right-wingers can post anything on social media. It'll be considered harassment, etc. It could create legal, not just criminal, but civil liability for Facebook, Twitter, and all the platforms. It would devastate the right wing, but Trump thinks my fifis are hurt.
Right.
I've got to sue people because of my feelings.
But it goes even further than that, right? He can't abide by the rules of service or the terms of service. He gets so many chances to just stop breaking the rules, right? I mean, they could have banned him a billion times and they didn't do it. Now, some of you might be saying, look, it's a private company, yes, but this is wrong. Censorship of individuals on these massive platforms is wrong because for some people, having a presence on Twitter or Facebook or whatever is incredibly important for their career, for their business, whatever. Okay, that's fine, but you can't cite the Constitution. Right? Like the Constitution specifically protects Americans from the government censoring them. It doesn't protect Americans from private corporations censoring them. So that's why we have conversations about the possibility of treating these social networks or these platforms as public utilities instead. Now, we're nowhere near that right now because it's not really even being discussed in Congress. I mean, Congress can't even pass legislation to deal with our crumbling infrastructure, which is pathetic. But I understand those concerns, those are legitimate concerns. What we're hearing from Donald Trump and conservatives are not legitimate concerns. And this is why I'm saying this. They keep arguing that platforms like Facebook, they're constantly censoring us, guys. Conservatives are censored on Facebook. Okay, let's take a look at the top performing Facebook pages in the United States. First one, this is from July 2nd. Number 1, Ben Shapiro. Number 2, twice, don't know what that is. Hold on, this is not the right. This is from July 1st, okay, my bad. So let me bring that up. Okay, number 1, Ben Shapiro. Number 2, Ben Shapiro. Number 3, Fox News. Number 4, Ben Shapiro. Number 5, Ben Shapiro. Number 6, power of positivity, I like that. I do feel that power of negativity is being discriminated against here. 7, NPR. 8, CNN, okay. And then at number 10, you have cat lovers only. But the point here is, most of these happen to be conservative outlets.
Yeah.
Right, so how are they being censored? I'd like to know.
Well, I'll go further. So if you show the July 2nd one, it doesn't matter, you can show any day. It's Shapiro, it's Bongino, it's Fox News, it's over and over again. Like on most days, at least 8 out of 10 are conservatives. So is Facebook discriminating against conservatives? Of course not, right? That's preposterous. Even if Facebook was being fair and hey, look, conservatives are popular and they're getting that stuff, you at least can't say they're discriminating against them. They're at the top of Facebook, right? But conservatives don't care because it's about whining to the refs. And that's partly probably how they got to the top of Facebook in the first place. Because I know algorithms. We've been dealing with them for a long time here, right? There is no natural way that only conservatives rise to the top in a platform. Because Facebook's not the only platform, there's dozens of platforms. We're on all the different platforms and you see how things move up and down organically. And so this idea of like, there's all these theories about, no, older people are on Facebook. No, we're incredibly popular on Facebook. And so it's not that they're discriminating against progressives and not allowing them to exist or to get popular or anything like that. But I have never seen on any platform where only one side rises to the top every single day. So I don't know what the hell Facebook's doing with their algorithm, but that is not natural at all. That is not what happens organically. And so if Facebook is putting a thumb on the scale, it is in favor of conservatives, and you could see it in the performance every single day. So I'm not saying I have definitive proof that Facebook is cheating, right? But if they're cheating, they're certainly not cheating in favor of progressives because the conservatives are at the top almost every day.
Right, and it might not even be Facebook, right? Facebook has its algorithms. Conservatives figure out how to game that algorithm to their advantage, either through bots upvoting certain things, or you get what I'm saying? Like, I know that kind of behavior takes place certainly on social media platforms. Twitter's a good example of that as well.
Yeah, and I just that's such a great point because you don't have to, conservatives think about this the wrong way. They think that people get in a room and they launch a conspiracy, et cetera, and they tell the computer programmers, now you write the algorithm to favor the right wing, right? No, but what there is just doing normal titling, tagging, all the different mechanics that anybody does to promote their videos, right? And then there are things that are out of bounds and it's in the terms of service. And it says you cannot do this because that's basically cheating, right? Judd Legum wrote a terrific piece about how Shapiro, and it's not random conservatives, it's usually a certain group of conservatives, and almost all the time it's Shapiro. And Legum wrote the piece about how Shapiro was gaming the system in a way that was clearly outside of the terms of service of Facebook. Clearly, right? And has Facebook done anything about it?
No.
See, and that's where the whining to the refs makes a difference. So when they cheat, Facebook is scared to death or maybe likes it. People have no idea how deeply Republican Facebook management is, both in their politics team, their news team, their board, et cetera. Either they like that the Republicans are cheating and the right wing is cheating, or they're looking the other way because they're scared to death of the Republicans. Oh, no, we'll let you cheat. We'll let you do anything. But I guarantee you this, if anyone on the left cheated for 1%, you'd be banned for life, right? So, but they-
I mean, do you guys really think that Ben Shapiro's content is that popular? I mean,
no,
he's
it's
a dork.
Total nonsense.
He's like a giant dork who does nothing more. Like I keep track of his podcast, mostly like it's all culture war stuff. Every once in a while he'll talk about the economy. Those are the podcasts I listen to, mostly to get like the other side of economic issues, which obviously I completely disagree with him on economic issues. But with that said, you listen to it and I can't imagine popular support or anyone finding his content, like a giant group of Americans finding his content super compelling. Like to the point where he gets like 4 spots in the top 10
almost
Facebook
every
list.
day.
Yeah.
No, but Judd proved he was cheating,
yeah, exactly.
Right? And so now, look, guys, it doesn't matter how compelling your content is. We were #1 on YouTube for years and years and years, okay? But we would never be the top 4 out of 10 every single day. That's insane. That never happens organically, right? And so, by the way, we're near the top on Facebook right now. But do we get 4 posts every day that's in the top 10? No way, that is not organically possible.
Right.
There is no amount of content that's compelling enough to produce these results. This is a different day. 3 Ben Shapiros, 2 Dan Bongino's, Franklin Graham, right? No.
Oh, you know, everyone's talking about Dinesh D'Souza and Franklin Graham.
Dinesh D'Souza. I've never seen anyone less compelling in my life. No, come on, Facebook. This is outrageous. And meanwhile, Trump is suing them because they're not conservative enough. No, that's insanity.
We know the kind of thinking that Donald Trump has, right? He might really believe what he's saying because he has this whole strategy about repeating things. Let's watch.
And in a year from now, the fake news will say they've always been on this side. It's amazing. If you say it long enough, hard enough, often enough, people will start to believe it.
Maybe he really believes it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that defines Trump's strategy 100%.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.